I'm on time this time, so at least let's get this out of the way. I am MegamanNG and I welcome you to another Rise of the TMNT episode review. Today we're reaching episode 20A. Wow. 20A. That's a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing these reviews for so long I didn't really think we'd actually be seeing it. But anyway, yeah, I'll hear my thoughts on today's episode. Episode 28, Mystic Library. I'll provide a summary as well as some of the main points. So let's get underway, shall we? April needs the turtles' help. Why? Because Mayhem ends up in a mirror and it only goes from bad to worse. Why? He starts disappearing. Don suggests that they head to the library, much to the others' dismay. But not just any library. A mystic library. To Don, he's all the more excited. But in a place like this, it's anything but. It also doesn't help that the Foot are there too. What's their plan? Can the turtles be able to save Mayhem before he disappears completely? Yep, new episode, new review. The good news is, it's on time. And yes, shoutouts to TheCoolToyz yet again. Thankfully, I have to just look for the same way I found it as I did for last week's episode. And there you have it. I was able to see it, and I'll provide my thoughts. But this one has the turtles in a precarious yet outright hilarious situation. The plot itself is simple enough. They want to get Mayhem out of a prison like in a mirror after a failed attempt at April trying to give Mayhem a bath. And that bath was not a pretty one. I mean, this could actually further confirm that, yes, Mayhem does not like baths. Not one bit. What follows leads to outright hilarity as the turtles try to get a book that would help get Mayhem out, while trying to keep as quiet as possible. Because remember, they're in a library, and you have to be quiet, otherwise they would just kick you out if you decide to be a loudmouth. We also do get the first appearance of the Mystic Library, and compared to the regular library, this one is anything but pleasant. Speak loudly, however, and you will be taken away by mutant bats and put in a special kitty corner. I mean, for the most part, because this actually happened to the turtles in 2 occasions, since sometimes they gotta learn to shut up. But anyway, yeah, this episode really was pretty good, but there were some issues that I have with it. Just some issues nonetheless. We also get the debut of the Bat Librarian, as well as the Hushbats. The Bat Librarian herself is voiced by Gillian Vigman. And yeah, she fits the role well enough. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but hey, did a pretty good job at that. Not to mention, the librarian can also be really scary. I kid you not, it can be really, really scary. All the while, the Foot Clan are here to try to sabotage their efforts. But they didn't really do much. All they did was just be as stupid and hilarious as possible. My guest Baron Draxum gave him the order to do so in search of any relics relating to the Dark Armor. Sadly, they weren't able to find one here, because remember, as of last episode, Baron Draxum is now in charge of the Foot Clan. And it does not go well at all, believe me. So, what follows, like I said, is outright hilarity. One by one, the turtles get taken away to the point where it's up to Raphael to be the hero of the day. That's crazy. Not only that, but how they did it was just outright funny. And that to me was one of the highlights. Like trying to be quiet and trying to be really expressive to convince the other end to laugh. It's a pretty impressive way, and it's pretty interesting to say the least. Although I felt that it was more or less an afterthought, mostly. Mostly since, well, when Leonardo got taken away, it was up to Raphael. And it required him to memorize the lyrics that Don made just to get to where the book is. And boy, that got crazy. I mean, it was also another highlight. Raph being the one to save the day. And when he decided to get loud, he decided to say, screw it, and just go in and does what he does best. There are highlights aplenty. Although if I have any negatives with this episode, because the episode is still a bit funny to say the least. It does have some funny moments here and there, not to mention the animation, where Mikey can be really, really expressive. I kid you not, Michelangelo, I feel, is one of the most expressive hands down, and some of the scenes that we see him is just outright funny, outright hilarious. I just love it. I just really do. I'm not going to lie. It's just hilarious, and it really shows. These guys nailed it in terms of the animation. though Raph moving in, trying to get that book and getting out of there, that to me was another highlight. There's also another highlight I should mention. When Don was mentioning regarding the library scene, there was like some scenes like how do I put this in the right words? Various painters, various Renaissance era namesakes. Yeah, they are a nod to the Renaissance era names that they are based off of. For example, you have the Mona Lisa, a painting by Leonardo da Vinci, and that scene with a blue bandana, with a katana, which you can tell that's Leonardo. There's also Italian painter Raffaello Sanzio de Urbino, aka Raphael, with a red mask. And the statue of David made by Michelangelo was seen with a pair of orange shorts. The only thing missing would have been something that Donatello's Renaissance self made, and that would have made it a bit more complete. But I really like that. That's a bit of meta humor right there. Very good meta humor. Though if I had any issues with the episode, I felt that, yeah, it got hilarious way too fast and way too quick. Though you have to admit, being in a library really does offer something new, but it can also feel a bit limited because one mistake and you can end up getting kicked out for it. So yeah, the episode itself is going to get an 8. The episode's pretty good. It's pretty funny, don't get me wrong. Not to mention it has some of the more well-known expressions, to say the least. And Raph really did steal the show. And although that they were able to get Mayhem out, that's for naught because when April wanted to give Mayhem a bath, he ends up back in the mirror right where we started. Wow, that was actually kind of pointless, isn't it? So yeah, what do you guys think of the episode? Was it good? Was it bad? I want to know. Tell me. I want to hear it from you guys. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments below. That is going to be it for this episode review. The good news is that it's on time, and I will make sure I do the same for next week. Yes, we're getting a new episode review next week, The Purple Game. I look forward to that, which means we'll be seeing the return of the Purple Dragons. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. It all helps to my benefit, truthfully. So yeah, I will see you next week. The Purple Game is upon us. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Cowabunga!